Hello and good morning, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk 101 show. Thank you so much for tuning in early this morning. Um, Let me make sure I share this out. I want to try to get somebody in before I start talking. You guys make sure you hit that thumbs up when you come in the building, okay? Okay, let me do this. So, if you read my title, you see we are discussing another one of the topics, that Dr. Umar ended up kind of bringing up in one of his most recent podcast interviews that he did with some brothers on a podcast. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so yeah, so this is actually a topic that Dr. Umar kind of brought about. So he did a podcast stream. I would love to see this full podcast because when it comes to a lot of topics that come up, most of the time you only see like a small snippet and you don't see the whole entire conversation. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I shared that. So hopefully somebody come in. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started. That way, like if you come and watch the playback, I try not to make the lives too long. You can most definitely go back and watch the beginning. Okay, so Dr. Umar brought up a valid question, I would think. So he feels like today's men in our community are mostly responsible for women being masculine. I don't know. What do you guys think? But okay, so here's some of the points that he ended up making. I'm going to go ahead and share screen here, and I'm going to let you guys listen to this.
You as the stepdad.
No, yeah.
I mean you as an active member in the community. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and having to take care of herself all at the same time. The Black woman has been the be all in all in our community for half of a century. And now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous. And I'm telling you, Black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children.
I am
and
not.
When I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad.
No, yeah.
I mean you as an active member in the community. She got masculine because she had to become masculine in order to deal with the rape, the abuse, the domestic violence, the disappointments that men had in her life, and also raising those kids and having to take care of herself all at the same time. The Black woman has been the be all in all in our community for half of a century. And now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous.
Okay, so that's how he felt about that. I think when it comes to the single families, I think both sides are involved because let's just keep it real. Like no one makes a baby on their own. So both sides can be responsible. But looking at some situations, just being honest, okay, I'm gonna remove this. I got another topic to talk about after this one too. If you guys are in the building, make sure you hit the thumbs up for me, okay? Thank you. I think both parties are responsible, but when it comes to, like he just said, to deal with a lot of things when you're raising children on your own, you're paying bills on your own, you're doing everything on your own. Sometimes it can be hard to stay in the feminine state. You do have to be, a little harder, especially if you're raising boys. I can't really just speak on the single mothers that have daughters because I don't have any daughters. I have two sons, so I do know you can't walk around handling your boys soft in this world. Because one thing I always say is that I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff when it comes to my children. I never have, because this world don't care about your kids. So you have to raise them up in a certain way where it's gonna have to take a woman to kind of tap into her masculine side sometimes when she raising boys. But I can say from my standpoint, I tried to. At one point, I sent my son to live with his father. It was just awful. It was terrible. But I can't just really put that on everybody because everybody's situation is not the same. But one thing I think is that it takes two to raise kids. Like even if y'all decided not to be together, um it should be some kind of co-parenting situation working out. So I feel like even if a woman is single and she raising her kids by herself, if the father is at least partly involved, it makes it easier on her. And probably she won't feel like she have to reach over into that masculine side because she has the father still there co-parenting with her. Like whenever the child is going through stuff, especially if it's a boy, if he going through stuff and he's like smelling himself, as the old people say, you can call his daddy up. He know daddy don't play. He gonna fall in line real quick because he got that you got that masculine energy. You can call up and put that boy in his place real quick. But sometimes when you have to be the one to reach over and do it yourself because the father is not there for whatever reason, it will cause a woman to be masculine. But at the same time, like I said, it takes two. It takes two people to raise children. A child is always best with two parents, but things don't always work out. At the end of the day, people get divorced, and you have women that become single parents because of a divorce. And then you have people that probably made children together that probably shouldn't have made children together, and then it creates that. Oh, welcome to the chat. That's finally the truth. He said, yes, both sides are responsible. 25% man problem, 75% is the female problem. This is how the Bible opens. Eve ate the devil fruit first. Okay. So you feel like it's 75% of the woman? I really can't say that. It takes 50-50. The man decided to implant his seed into that woman to grow a baby. Okay. I'm gonna use this as a good example to show you how it takes two. Okay. I don't know if you guys are familiar with anybody out there who played college football or whatever, or know anybody that probably went to the NFL or the NBA. Okay, so when the basketball players, because I've seen this on videos, okay, when famous NFL players, when they go into college, he said there's no such thing as 50-50. Come on now, I don't know about all that. But when the college kids or the people that's getting drafted into the NFL or the NBA, when they go into the NBA, the coaches bring them in the locker rooms and they sit there and tell them, hey, your seed is worth a whole lot of money. So you have to therefore protect your seed. He said, I work in the NFL, in the NBA. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about, what I'm finna say. The truth. This one I'm finna say. When they are drafted into the NBA and the NFL, they let them know, hey, your seed, your little babies, your seed is worth a whole lot of money. That seed that you carrying around that you can implant in the female is worth a whole lot of money. So your seed is like an investment. And what do you do with investments if you're smart? You're gonna protect your investments. So like they tell them things like, hey, if a woman say no, that means no. Send me the stream. Okay, I sure enough send you StreamYard. If you're able to get on, I most definitely will send that to you. Let me copy that right quick and I will drop it. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, finally the truth. So your seed is worth a whole lot of money. So if you are moving about and you don't covet your seed, there's gonna be a girl that get a hold of your seed and run and put you on child support, and you're gonna be out of a whole lot of money for 18 years. So when you really look at yourself like that and you value yourself like that, you're gonna covet yourself and you're gonna be more careful to who you give your seed to. It's just like when the women say, "I know my worth," I know my worth. When they say they know their worth, they move like they know their worth. So you're not gonna a famous NBA player or NFL player. Y'all not finna go around willy nilly, just sprouting into women and releasing in women, making babies everywhere. Because if you do that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it happens. It happens. Let's just keep it 100. But if you're smart, you're not gonna allow that to happen. You're gonna have more control over yourself. And it's like when people say, "Oh, it's 25% men, 75% of the woman." You put out the narrative that men are weak. You put out the narrative that men have no self control. So when you put that narrative out on about yourself, basically stating that you have no self control, and then you listen to people say that you're weak, you can't get mad. Okay, I just put it in the chat. If you click that, I most definitely will add you on, and you can add to the topic. Yeah, you can add to the topic at hand, most definitely. Okay, yeah, I dropped it down in the chat. So if you want to come up, you are very welcome to come up. But I just feel like you should respect yourself enough to covet your seed. You just don't give your seed out to everybody. Okay. Okay, it looks like he is there. Okay, so I'm gonna add this gentleman up. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So what did you want to add on this topic? Dr. Umar feels like men are responsible for women being more masculine.
Well, Dr. Umar, most of his money and donations for his school are coming from females, and he's just kissing women's butt when he said that,
Mhm.
because nobody's listened to Dr. Umar more than I have, and I caught him. I'm the only one that caught him contradicting himself, because um, if you study his videos, he said that um, white men have trained. He properly said in one of his videos that white men have properly, um, not properly, but have trained. He properly said that white men have trained black females to destroy the black male and black manhood. And the proof of this is in the Monahan report. Do you have the Monahan report, sister?
No, I don't have that.
Write it down. Write it down.
I got a pen right here.
All right, sweetie.
The Monahan report.
And
So
where
do
you
they give off a lot of statistics, or what kind of report is this?
Moynihan of 1965. And it's a 50-page document. It's a 45 to 50-page document that it's Kevin Samuels kind of made it famous, and he referred to it. And just like Kevin Samuels said, in 1965, the government went to black females and said, "Listen, here's your choices. Do you want your black men to keep taking care of you?" Because brothers were working in factories, GM plant, Ford plant. Brothers were working in factories all across the country, and taking care of you. You look at Michael Jackson's daddy; he was working in a factory in Indiana,
Right.
and the brothers were working factory jobs, and we had a 80-90% marriage rate. And the Moynihan report, Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan said the government went to the black female and said, "Do you want your black man to keep taking care of you, feed, clothing, and housing you, or do you want uh, welfare, Section 8, and public assistance from white men. Black females the majority of black females pick white men to take care of them, and
Ooh.
then it's called social engineering. The white government uh, in this plan, the Monahan, it's really a Monahan plan to destroy the black family, and
Ooh.
they took black men's jobs and shipped them overseas and traded those jobs for dope and taught the black female that her man is no good and her man doesn't want her and her man doesn't want to take care of her. This is all a plan to destroy the black family, because blacks were taking over the United States. All
Ooh.
those Arab stores that we go in and get abused in, we owned all those stores.
Mhm.
And so the Moynihan Report is actually a marriage certificate between uh, all black females and white men, and it's a and black females promised to destroy their black males. And since 1973, black females have had 30 to 50 million child deletions. I can't say the A word.
Oh wow.
To prove
Any many?
30 to 50 million A word baby deletions.
Wow, that is
Uh,
insane. That's so sad. I
it's
got a
horrible.
I got a question though, because
Write this
I,
down too. MAAFA. It's a video. MAAFA. Maafa. It's a video. It's a 2 or 3 hour video on black females choosing to delete their babies. 30 to 50 million baby deletions.
oh wow, that is insane.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
got a question though, as far as everything that took place in 1965. I got a question about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when it comes to the breaking up of the black family, I do believe there was actually an agenda to break us up, but I feel like there was. I think what made it easy is that probably the black man didn't too much care. Like I look at pictures even from back then when marriage rate was up. Looking at some of these pictures, those two black people in like them family pictures, they used to look so miserable together. And this was another thing I was thinking too. I think the fact that those women had to resort to turning to the welfare. There probably just
Right.
wasn't enough income coming into those households. I mean, they actually say a lot of the black women, once everything happened when they went off to war, and the baby boomer situation, all the men were off to war, so the women had to work. Those women, when those men made it back from the war, a lot of those women were making more money than their men. A lot of those men were like scarred from the war and really weren't able to work. So for them to
Okay.
have to resort to
Let me
getting
let me let me
welfare.
deal with that. Let me deal with that. Um, Winston Sir Winston Churchill said it best. History is going to be kind to England because I'm going to write it.
Hmm.
History is going to be kind to England because I'm going to write it. Sir Winston Churchill.
I heard of Churchill.
All those narratives are a bunch of. Have you ever heard of the word propaganda?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's go on the chalkboard of the mind and break that word down. Propaganda. There's two words in that word, pro and pagan.
Mm.
Pro means for. Pagan means white man. White people are pagans.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible warns us against worshiping and following pagans like we do on these pagan holidays. And so propaganda means for the pagan, for the white man. And white men have fed those lies to black females. Oh, uh, we had to, and Kevin Samuels pointed it out real good about how the older black females destroy the younger black females and buy
Oh,
in,
you ain't lying
and
about
they black females have bought into the white man's lies. Uh, that's why how does the Bible open up? The Bible opens up with a story about Adam and Weave. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean Eve.
Mm-hmm.
In the word weave is the word Eve. So that's God's way of showing us who that's talking about. Eve is the modern day black female that is eating from Satan's tree in the middle of the garden. And Satan's tree in the middle of the garden, symbolically and in a coded, God coded it. Satan's tree in the middle of the garden is white terrorism. Uh, Blacks try to call it white supremacy, but when you say white supremacy, you're worshiping white people because they're not supreme in anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be called white terrorism. And
Mm.
so Eve is the one who ate the devil's fruit. The devil told Eve, the devil negotiated and worked with Eve. Eve said, say the devil came to Eve and said, well, she told the devil, God told her not to eat of his fruit because
Mm-hmm.
surely she would die. And so the devil told Eve that God lied.
Yeah, he
You not
convinced her that she'll be stronger if she eat the fruit.
right. Your eyes would come
Will
open.
open.
And so Eve bought the lies of the devil the way black females bought the lies of the white man. Oh,
Mm.
your uh like you said earlier, they didn't black men didn't want us. We've wanted y'all for
But
we've wanted y'all for zillions of years.
but let me ask you this though. The reason why a lot of black women felt like that then, because right when the silver is that the silver, not the Civil War, but the civil rights movement. That's what I'm trying
Uh-huh.
to say. When the
Right.
civil rights movement was going on, the black man actually petitioned to the court to have permission to marry the white woman. This is all in
Black
the
black men black men did
people
not do that.
were going.
That's sister, that's not true.
That's
We
not
don't
true, but
no,
it
we
is
didn't
true.
we
There's
didn't want to
actually a famous boxer. His last name is Johnson. A
Jack
famous
Jack
boxer.
Johnson. That was Jack Johnson was in the 30s, sweetheart.
That was 1930. So all the way back then. But even in the civil rights movement, they did
Sister.
the same thing.
Hold on, sister. Jack Johnson was one brother. It's
There
it's
was
20, it's
many
20 million of us. Listen, Kevin Samuel said it best. He brought it out. He said only only 5% of brothers date and marry outside their people.
no. That was
Yes.
a long time ago.
What was
But
a long time
I
ago?
pulled up the statistics that you just stated, the 5%.
No, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's today.
It's 34%.
No, ma'am. No,
And
ma'am.
only 10% of black women date out or marry out.
That's not true. That somebody's lying to you. We don't. The
No.
the only reason
I don't think now a lot of people lie, but I don't think the numbers do.
no, the numbers, people make the numbers, and so if the web
That's
comes out of
true.
the web comes out of the spider. So people lie. 80% of black people live in an all black neighborhood, sister,
Yeah.
and I think it's 10% marry outside of their own people. And in the biggest thing that came out of the Monahan report was that's where black females got their black female national anthem and their number one prayer. And their number one prayer is what? I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need no man. I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need no man. I got it memorized. We all got it memorized. I don't need no man. I'm a strong, independent black woman. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. They even did black females even did a song talking about they don't need a man.
No, there was actually a man that made that song. You
No,
talking about
ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Try again. Okay.
When that Webby that said IMPEDN, do you know?
That's talking about the black female's attitude.
No, he's speaking.
Hold on.
He was uplifting.
Hold on. No, ma'am. That's not uplifting. Second,
promoting.
Let me finish. You're not letting me finish. There's a guy named God, and in Second Corinthians 11:8, he said, "A woman is nothing without a man." So when Webby sings that song, it goes on. She got her own house. She got her own place. She got her own job.
Mm-hmm.
That's talking against God. That's telling God to go to hell. And that's why the black.
But
that's why the black, huh?
Another man is Neo. I love her because she got her own. She don't need me. Okay. She wants me.
Right. That's why I said that. That's why I quoted Churchill, because when these black entertainers go to these white record companies, there's a redneck, racist, white devil man that's the president that said, "Oh, we don't need any of that uplifting, positive black stuff." Do you happen to have any of that nigger music and independent black woman? If you can come up with those lyrics about killing your own people, I'll give you $1 billion contract.
Mm-hmm. And let me say this: I don't know how old you are, but I was born in the early '80s. And I'm gonna say this: just looking at the culture from what I can remember, the late '80s on through the '90s, we didn't hear a lot of women talking about being independent. I mean, we started hearing about that in the early 2000s.
Thank you, sis.
I mean, things were actually the dynamic between the black man and the black woman was different in the 90s. I don't know if it's the influence of the internet. It could be an influence of a lot of things. The internet, television, a lot of influence. A lot of things influence the culture.
Let me finish this point right quick. Write down. You said black men started that with the
black men pushed the culture.
Wrong.
Women promoted.
Okay. Let me finish, sweetheart. Okay. Do you know a black man named Sherelle?
I don't think I've heard of Sherelle.
Have you ever heard of a black man named Sherelle or Sherella? No, that's a female. Write down the name Sherelle. She has a song called Affair. And in that song, Affair, she says 100 times on there, "I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need no man." 100 times on there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And if you turn on her video, all the brothers in her video are in prison.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am. If I am wrong, I will send you $1 million.
Oh, wow.
If any of what I'm saying is wrong, I'll send you $1 million. And you remember Sheila E.?
Oh, yes, I remember Sheila E. I love her.
The Glamorous Life.
Sheila, yes.
What she say in The Glamorous Life? She don't need a man's touch. She don't need a man's touch. She don't need a man's touch.
Yes, that was like the late 80s, early 90s.
Music is music is mind control, sister.
You right about that. And sometimes it's unconsciously controlled.
It's subconscious. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are right about that. Let's see. I think a lot of it, she said she thinks a lot of it comes from slavery. We don't speak about it. I think so too. And you know what, Monique, shout out to you in the comment section. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And another thing too, Elijah, I think when we speak on things that happened in slavery, some people be like, "Why don't you let that go?" We can't let it go because of a lot of the things that happened then is still happening now.
Thank you. Which means what? Slavery never ended. I can
It
prove.
never ended because
I
it got a
can.
hold of our mind.
I can prove slavery never ended legally.
It never
Uh,
ended.
what's what's his name? Oh, it's called the Dred Scott Act. Look up DREDD dash Scott. Dred Scott, the Supreme Court of the United States of America, the Supreme Court, the number one court in America, said no white man has to respect any claim by a black man. And that was never, ever, 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 ever overturned. And that's why
Oh wow.
lynching is still legal. There's no
Oh
punishment for
yeah.
lynching. There's no
Especially
punishment.
a lot of laws down south. I'm from down south.
Right.
Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma. Where are you from?
I'm from Arkansas.
Oh,
We
we
neighboring.
neighbors. We neighbors.
Yeah, I'm out west now though. I live in Vegas now.
Okay,
But
cool,
yeah,
cool.
all my people still down there.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas Wednesday.
Oh really? You
Yeah,
got like some work or you coming to
yeah,
play?
yeah. I'm work.
It's
Uh,
work. Okay.
the you see they getting ready for the races.
Oh yes. It's
Yeah,
so much construction going on. Oh my
yeah,
god,
it's
it's crazy
crazy.
trying to get to work. It'd be crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You ain't coming out well, you coming out there for the Super Bowl? You know they got Super Bowl
Yes.
out
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm an NFL agent, NFL NBA
Oh wow! So you know
trainer and
what I was
agent.
talking about when I was talking about the
Uh,
talk that the
you,
coaches
you was
have with
you
the
was talking
players.
about me. You was talking about me. I'm NFL NBA coach.
Yeah. So you see what I'm saying when I say brothers have to
Yes.
covet their seed.
Well,
And,
they
and it's
don't they
like
don't
this.
they don't get taught that. They don't get taught that.
I've
That has
actually seen it, the coaches talking to them about that,
they talk to them about it
but they
to
don't listen. They don't listen. They
well,
talk to them about that now. Every coach does.
no, the
Even the
coaches
college coaches talk to the kids about stuff like
no,
that.
the coaches don't talk to them like that. No, ma'am. They, like we just said and proved, slavery still exists, and uh, athletes are athletes are slaves, and sports teams are plantations. And write this down. Write down the video "Broke,"
Bro.
and it talks about 90% of 90 to 95% of black athletes are broke within 5 years of retiring.
Why is
uh,
that?
Antoine Walker made $150 million in his NBA lifetime, and can't find a dollar nowadays.
Did you just say 150 million?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, this is a question I want because you're a man. You have interactions with NBA players. This is what I wonder too, because I see this all too much in the news and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
So these men know how much they're worth.
No,
They know that these women are out here playing child support games.
no, they
Why do
don't.
they always fall for the bait? I guess because it's like
Okay.
they're weak for women. But
No,
I'm
ma'am.
saying,
No, ma'am. Hold on. Write down Hosea 4:6. It says, "Black people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." You don't know what you don't know. When black when a black athlete grows up in a single parent home, fatherless, he's
yeah,
fatherless. It is a father's job, duty, role, and responsibility to teach uh, financial literacy. That's not, none of that is taking
Dr.
place in
Umar
our
speaks
home.
on that. Dr. Umar speaks on that.
Right. None of
Mhm.
this is taking place in our homes. So the father is the policeman and the protector of the home. And since we don't have fathers anymore, we don't have protection. And
Right.
so that's where all the problems are coming from.
Yeah, that's what she said in
And
the comment section. The black man is the leader and the backbone of the community, but
used to be.
we together, yeah, we together need Recess and roles. Yes, we need
Yeah.
roles. Because the
Finish.
woman can't, even though the woman has been in a position to lead the community, the women can't do it all by herself. Let's just be honest. And
What,
I'm
what,
saying that as a single mom, that
right,
I can acknowledge the truth, even though I'm in a position of what people talking about. I can acknowledge the truth.
right, exactly.
Like we need help. I mean, let's just be honest. We do need help. I'm probably one of the diamonds in the rough that actually was able to raise my children and everything's been cool and copacetic. I got a 15 and 19-year-old. My 15-year-old, he's in school, he works. My 15-year-old, he in the ninth grade. He's doing good, making good grades, productive. He's active and he wrestles. Um, but it's like it's a lot of people that don't make it through. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
you've done an excellent job. You got a beautiful mind. But
Mhm.
you know, in child, I'm a psychologist as well. And
Oh wow, tell me more of them.
in child raising, a female, no female, nowhere, no time, no place can teach a man how to be a man.
Thank you,
It's totally impossible.
thank
And
you.
when that boy turns 12 and starts smelling his ass,
Hmm.
you have to hand him his testosterone level reaches uh, a boiling point. You have to hand him off to a man.
Oh,
Minister
that's true.
Minister Farrakhan said it best. You don't ever, never, ever, 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 ever go out into the jungle and see pussycats raising lions.
Oh, that's true. Luckily, around that time, both of my sons were in sports, so they did have like coaches to turn to if they had certain questions about things. I can
Not
remember.
well,
I can.
not your son, his son, whoever you had him by. See, the
Hmm.
black females have been tricked into thinking these kids are yours. These kids are not yours. A-
Hmm.
all y'all are just an oven
Good
to
morning.
bake in. Y'all are just soil to grow. Uh, Genesis 1 and 26. God, not me, not Sammy, not Tony. God says that uh, let us make man in our image and after our likeness. That's the law of childbirth. You know what a Xerox machine is, right?
Hmm.
You know what the greatest Xerox machine in history is?
What's that?
You're 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 a foot or two away from it. It's your womb.
Oh, oh, you right
Your
about
womb is a copy machine. And whatever man you lay down with and have a child by, you making a Xerox copy of him.
oh, that's true. And
That's why,
that's even we have to covet our wounds too. Just like when I was speaking earlier about men coveting their seeds,
yeah.
women have to covet their wounds too.
Well,
You just can't
that,
go giving your wound to any man because he just look cute.
that's why that's why the black community is messed up because there's no protection for the female, and the female's always gonna choose the worst dude that she can find. And our black
Great dudes
females,
are usually around the corner from them in their community.
no, next door. Ain't
Next
no
door.
ain't
Thank
no
you.
down the street.
On the bus stop with them in the morning.
Right next to him. Uh, where was the devil with Eve? He got right next to her.
He got right next to
And black females are always gonna choose the worst mate they can find. Why? Because y'all are nurturers.
Yeah, we are nurturers, and
If
sometimes we look at things like, "Oh, this is a project that I can
right,
mold.
right.
This is
If
a
you see
project I can mold."
sister, if you see a baby, you automatically with no stop, no filter. Oh, look at him. Bring him here. Great. Get me some milk. Go in there and get me some
Yes, that is so true. That is so true. That is so, so true. And I just feel like our community could come together more if we stop being in competition. Like if men stop being in competition with women, women stop competing with men, and we can come together instead of being in competition. But I know when it comes to the male persona, a man's natural instinct is to be competitive. But when it comes to your woman, you don't have to be. We can come together and love each other. I don't know. Do you have anything to do this morning? Because I want to show you this video real quick. Kind of shifting over into something else, but still similar. You got about 10 more minutes. Elijah? Let's see. Welcome to the Chat House of Urban Podcast. He said, I would say the worst, but they will definitely choose what is available. Thank you, House of Urban Podcast. That's true. They choose what's available. So when you constantly hear these men, and most of them would be the red pill men, they always saying, you need to choose different. You chose wrong. You chose wrong. Well, guess what? If she chooses a man who's right around the corner from her, across the street, the little boy that's on the bus stop with her, that grew up with her, if she choose him, and they always say, I think I heard statistics say a big majority of people, I'm thinking 20 to 25% of people who get married, a big amount of them marry their love from the 7th through the 12th grade. So you got people that probably been knowing each other since junior high, and they continue to date, and they go on to get married. So you got these people who met at a very, very, I can't hear you. I think it may be something going on. Hold on, did I mute you? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think, unmute. Okay, can you hear me, Elijah? Because I don't think I muted you. You may want to check your mic, or either jump back out and then check to see if that little green line is going up and down, and then jump back in. Because I was just about to play this. And let's see, Monique says, right, now the balance is off. We forget the basics and we forget loyalty. Yes, that is so true. We forgot the basics. And that's just what I was saying. We as people have to stop looking at each other like we're the competition. We are supposed to be, we're supposed to be playing mates in the game of life. And I think if we stop looking at each other like we the opposition, we can come together and be a team. Because I can't go out here, let's say if I play basketball or something like that, I can't be on the team looking at my teammate. I can't look at my teammate like my teammate is my competition. My teammate is a person that I'm gonna use. These are people that we're gonna be working together to win this game. My teammate is not my competition. Yeah, most definitely come back in if you're able to hear. Just make sure you check your mic before you come back in, and I'll add you back up. And I wanted you guys to listen to this. So I'm gonna jump off into my other topic. You guys make sure you hit that like button when you come back through. Okay, there go Elijah right there. Let me add him. Okay, Elijah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. I don't know. I don't know if you may have to start. Sometimes our phones be tripping because the phone is just a computer. Sometimes you may have to turn your phone off and start it over, and then try to come back in and check your mic. And I most definitely add you back up. But I know you guys are familiar. Yeah. Check your stuff again. You might have to start it back over, Elijah, and I'll add you back. I enjoyed your conversation. I most definitely like to hear when I'm speaking, especially when I'm speaking on topics of men. I like to hear other men's perspective. I don't just like to get up here and spew my side of the story. I like to hear other men speak. So I sure appreciate you getting on. You jump back out, and I will add you back whenever your sound come back. But I know you guys are familiar with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. So this is the topic that's never going to end in our community. And this is the 50-50 topic that everybody always talking about. So I ended up listening to Dwayne Wade and why he say him and Gabrielle Union actually go 50-50. So let me share this. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I sure appreciate you. I sure appreciate you, Monique. She said, amen. I can agree to that. Most definitely. Thank you so much for sharing. I sure appreciate that. You share so, more people can come in and hear what we're talking about. And I'm going to share this and let you listen to Dwayne Wade. He's going to be speaking on why him and his wife Gabrielle Union decided to do a 50-50 relationship. You guys hit that like button, and this is fair use. This is fair use, and I'm gonna let you guys listen to this.
When our life come together, my wife is a working actress who spends time away from the family to go work,
do our job.
Build. We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena. And so in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we share it together. Now, it's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something, I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman in her own life.
Right.
When our life come together, my wife is a working actress who spends time away from the family to go work,
do our job.
Build. We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's.
Okay, I know that's right. And one thing, I don't know if y'all familiar with Gabrielle Union. She's a very strong-minded, strong-willed woman. Can you hear me, Elijah? Can you hear me? I still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. I still can't hear you. But did y'all hear what he said? Because I wanted to play this so men will understand when it comes to this 50-50 thing. Because you hear a lot of men say, they want the woman to be feminine, fit, and friendly. Feminine and going 50-50, it don't go together. Not saying that the woman can't be feminine because she's going half with you. But I'm going to say this. When this brother ended up saying, when they was in the middle of an argument, when they lived out in Miami, and he was like, this is my house. And she said, you will never be able to say that to me again. So he said when they end up moving out to LA, ever since then, ever since they've been married, everything been 50-50 down the middle. Because, and let me tell you this, the reason why she did that, the reason why she said, I'm going 50-50 with you, is because she don't want her husband to be able to hold that power over his head. And that's why she going 50-50. So I want a lot of men who talking about the 50-50 thing to understand and know you're not going to be able to put your foot down the way you want to when you're going 50-50 with that woman. I just feel like whatever people decide to do in their home, whatever best works for you, do it. But please know, please understand that you will not have that full power and that leverage to hold over her head when she going 50-50 with you. Because you cannot, in this world, you cannot have it all. And I joke, as you guys know, I cut hair. I joke with my clients all the time because I have a lot of older males that'll come and they have a full, beautiful, thick head of hair, but they'll be all gray. And they be like, yeah, my hair gray, but I still got all of it. And I'm like, yeah, most of the guys that come to me who are balding, most of them still have a color. So I always joke and I say, in this world, you can never have it all. And you can't. When it comes to anything, you can't have it all. You can't never have it all. So you ain't gonna too much just see a man walking around. He's not gray at all, but he got a head full of hair. You usually gonna see them men that's fully gray and they got a thick head of hair. But it goes the same way in the points of life. You can't think you're going to be in a 50-50 marriage, a 50-50 relationship. Of course, that woman should respect you at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, in a sense, you're not going to have all of that power if you're not paying all of the mortgage or all the bills. Because when you go 50-50 with her and y'all splitting everything, there's going to be a slight pushback when it comes to you just trying to put your foot down. Like he said, I pay all the bills in this house. And she's like, we finna go 50-50. You never going to be able to hold that over my head again. So that's why, and I brought up the 50-50 conversation again because I ended up seeing this. Okay, let me get that off the screen. Before I share this, let me get that off the screen. Okay, you guys that came in the building, y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. And the House of Urban podcast, shout out to him. Y'all go follow him. He does YouTube as well. He said that's the first red flag when she respond like that. If she, let's see, it says device not connected. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, it says when she respond like that, if she didn't help pay for it, then it's his period. But you gotta think, the House of Urban podcast, whenever y'all get married, y'all supposed to become as one. You can't think like that in a marriage. Like, I just feel like you cannot think like that in a marriage. You feel like it's his because he pay all the bills. But when you get married, I'm not talking about people that's shacking, because I feel like that them is two separate stories. And to the women who are just shacking, can you hear me, Elijah? To the women out here that's just shacking, y'all can't.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. So did you hear what Dwayne Wade said about his wife? I'm gonna play it again. Did you hear what he said about his wife?
Yeah, Dwayne Wade and his wife are devil worshippers and devil lovers, and the worst example that you could possibly find and have. Proof of it is.
I just think they were a good example because they are. You hear the 50-50 conversations going on. I feel like they are a perfect example. And you know why, Elijah? Because these are like millionaires. These are famous people who go 50-50. So I feel like they're like perfect examples.
In the Bible, God says he didn't try his people with riches and money. He tried his people. His people are in the fiery furnace of affliction. And remember, the love of money is the root of all evil. And in Leviticus 20:13, God says to delete homosexuals, and he deleted Sodom and Gomorrah, a whole country full of homosexuals.
We say and LGBT.
Right. Oh, LGBT. Yeah. And alphabets. And yeah, God deletes alphabets. And alphabet is a sin. And Dwayne Wade and his wife are telling God to go to hell and kiss their butt by changing the gender that God gave their son. They're devil worshippers. And so I don't know why we got cut off, but you said we used to be how Black people can get together and come together. We used to be together before the Moynihan report. And have you another thing to put on your list is the Willie Lynch letter. Have you read that?
Oh yes, you know what? Back when I was working in barbershops, actually the guy who owned the barbershop, he let me read that. I actually read that. I'm gonna have to do a video on that.
Right. Yeah. That's
I would love for you to be my co-host when I do that.
Yeah. I'm your co-host now, baby.
Yes. And are you familiar with Charleston White?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
wanted to play this. And that's why I was thinking I brought up the conversation of the 50-50 thing. And you know what? In our community, the conversation of the 50-50 thing, that's always going to be a topic to discuss.
Let me clear up 50-50. As
Okay.
as a psychologist and a relationship expert, 50-50 is a partnership. Partnerships are for business purposes only.
Mhm.
It doesn't work for relationships.
But a
Now,
marriage is, but
hold on,
I've never been
baby.
married
Hold on,
before.
sweetie. Hold on, sweetie. 50-50, nobody should go 50-50. You should give 100-100. Both sides should give 100%, not no 50%.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You ain't lying.
So,
So
so
listen to
50.
what he said. What you said,
Yes,
it
go ahead.
coincides with what he said.
Go ahead, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna let him say it.
Yes, ma'am.
Percent, and if we break up, she get all the rights to the kid. And nigga, where I get to win at then? Where I get to win at?
Yeah.
Nah, homie, listen.
Yeah, go talk to him.
At this point in life, nigga, if you got a woman sitting back and she's okay with you doing 100%, nigga, that ain't your woman. You're not, homie, because we supposed to work together.
Now,
We supposed to work together. If I'm paying everything, that means you should be saving the bankroll. If I'm paying, then who's saving? If I'm paying everything, because you can't pay everything and save. But if we both pay half, we both can save and put up. Because I'm sure you got some family that you want to help too. You got some things that you like to do. So if I'm paying it all, you don't never pay nothing. You don't never offer to say, okay, this month I get rent, baby, and I've been paying it all. And I came in now. If that's the case, I see why these niggas going overseas then.
Hold on now, hold on. Did you hear what he just said? And I'm gonna say this. When he say why the guys are going overseas, hold on, let me get this out. When he speak on that's why the guys going overseas, let me give you a little bit of heads up to all the passport bros. Shout out to the passport bros. Those women overseas, those are not modern thinking women. Those women, you're going to have to pay all the bills. And you may have to chip in and help some of her family out too.
Sweetheart.
Those women don't look like Western women at all.
Sweetheart. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. I can hear you.
I've been to 30 different countries. I've lived in the Dominican Republic. I've lived in 6 or 7 African countries. Modern women are the worst. The modern black female is the worst black female in the history of man, because what we talked about earlier, she's been taught that she doesn't need a man. The problem in the black community is our black females have been, why is their favorite saying, why is it their favorite saying is they don't need no man?
But have you ever thought maybe she hasn't been taught? She's actually been shown that she don't need a man because of the lack of support that she don't get.
Hold on. 1 Corinthians 11:8, God say a woman is nothing without a man. So I don't think God lied. I don't think he's wrong. And that's why our community has turned into nothing. And black females, like I was getting ready to say, black females say they don't need a man because this white man has turned the black female into a man. Black females are a man.
Blame it all on the white man, though. You can't blame it all on them. Because our men have shown us that we don't need them.
No, man. I'm a black man. That's one of the lies that's one of the propaganda lies that y'all have been fed.
I can't really say it's a lie though, because
hold on, sweetie. Hold on. Let me prove my point. When Hitler was trying to take over the world, he had an extensive a whole part of his government dedicated to propaganda, and it was run by a man named Goebbels. And those things are still being perpetuated today. This you have to say it's white men, because Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan represents white men in the Moynihan Report, which you hadn't read yet. In 1832, a senator named Henry Berry was speaking to the Virginia House of Delegates, and he said, "We have, as far as possible, removed every avenue to which light, which is wisdom and knowledge, can enter into Black people's minds." In Article 1, Section 2, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution of the United States, it calls us 3/5 of a human being. I just gave you the Dred Scott, which says that Blacks are 0/5 of a human being. They're not human. They have no rights. Dred Scott said Black people have no rights. Now, it's a couple of Negroes on YouTube that tried to say, oh, the 13th Amendment did away with that. And they a damn lie. The 13th Amendment did not end slavery. It says there shall be no more slavery except if you're convicted of a crime.
Yeah, you go to prison.
So guess what? If you get a seatbelt ticket, you've just been convicted of a crime. Oh man, we got to put you back into slavery.
And let me tell you this, because I'm gonna shout out to the comment section. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. And that's true. The only way you can go off into slavery is from going to prison. But mentally, being in a certain mindset can have you in slavery too. The House of Urban podcast, he said what he's saying is true. It all started in America through the first wave of the feminist movement. So you all always say that Black martyring women, the martyring woman is Black. That martyring woman mindset started from, guess what? A white woman. That Black women followed through the feminist movement. So the martyring woman don't have a color on it. The martyring woman,
whoa.
You just, in the Western world.
Baby, you just contradicted yourself. You said it started with a white woman, and then you said it doesn't have a color. Come on now.
It started with a white woman.
Thank you. There, stay right there. Don't go nowhere else.
What I'm saying. This is why I say it don't have a color. I'm talking about today. It doesn't have a color because we Black women followed that movement because they're looking at the white women and how most of their men lusted after the white woman. So, like when you hear people say the Black woman is jealous of the white woman, no, she's not jealous of the white woman. She actually admires her. Because their men find it after that European-centric movement of beauty. No, we talk about the European standard of beauty, and that's the big reason why the Black woman followed that movement. What he's talking about, the feminist movement.
Because what?
Looking up to them.
No, it wasn't because we were chasing a white woman. The only reason Black males, the few Black males chase white women like they do is because our females have become completely contaminated with the Moynihan Report and with white society. They had to destroy the government of the United States. Their plan is to destroy the Black family. They've said that. I'm trying to think of the government document. President Nixon said the greatest threat to America and Western democracy is Black unity, and Black unity is what we call the Black family. Before 1970, we had a 80% marriage rate.
Oh yeah.
Today we got a 90% divorce rate because the Moynihan Report and also get the Kerner Commission report. Government and corporations of America plan the destruction of the Black family using everything. we don't even realize we got hit with a nuclear bomb. You think Japan got hit with a nuclear bomb? Every Black community in America was hit by a nuclear bomb that we call crack cocaine in 1984. And so every Black community was hit with that. And so Black people are so damn ignorant, they don't even want to talk about it. And the Black female wants to be a white woman. You can tell by that ugly ass hair they put in that fake hair they put in their head, red, purple, orange, and the worst color is blonde. That's saying that I want to be a white woman because Black females are looking at the material riches of white people and lusting after material wishes. Oh, I want to be in a Mercedes. Oh, I want to be in a Range Rover. Oh, look at what that white man got. But everything white people got, they stole from us. If you do the research.
A lot of that admiration comes from the lust that they seen their man giving the white woman.
No, our men don't do that. Only you said 40 minutes ago, only 10% of Black men.
No, Black women. Only 10% of Black women date or marry.
Hold on. Let me finish. Only 10% of Black men want a white woman.
No. 34% is 10% Black women. 10% Black women date out or marry out. 34% of Black men marry out. As a matter of fact, amongst all the races, male and female, the Black man is the one who dates or marries out higher than everyone. That's Asian, white, Black. The Black man dates out and marries out higher percentage than everyone. Let me right quick. Okay, Urban Podcast. He said, but the corruption in the patriarchal system is what started the feminist movement. That's true.
What's she say?
I grew up in both separated houses, but it had a balance of a man and woman roles. Balance is very important. Y'all remember the right times. I wear wigs, no blonde, but it doesn't take away from me being a proud Black sister. Thank you. It don't matter how a woman wears her hair. Let me tell you this. If you see a Black woman out, Elijah, go and talk to her. If you're able to spark up a conversation, talk to her and see her mindset. Because you can't completely just judge a person on account of how they wear their hair. Because let
me deal with that.
Hold on. Let me tell you this. Because I do hair now. I've had people come in with covered in tattoos with mohawks. I have sat and had conversations with them. And they are some of the most intelligent, intriguing people you could ever meet.
No, not intelligent.
Where they'll see a hairstylist covered in tattoos and they'll look at them like, ugh, I don't want them to cut my hair. Those are the people that'll probably give you the best haircut.
Hold on. They're not intelligent, they're intellectual. Don't confuse the two.
Yeah, intelligent, intellectual is kind of
they're intellectual, they're not intelligent. Now, let me tell you why you shouldn't why a female shouldn't wear crazy hair and weaves and wigs unless it's for medical purposes. I think God is a pretty smart guy. He's smarter than all of us put together. The hair that he put on our head if we look at it with spiritual eyes, it's our antenna. Just like a radio station has antenna and cars have antenna, our hair is our antenna to the universe, to where we can tap into things spiritually. Now, if you put that which is artificial is not beneficial. And if you put some fake stuff where some real stuff is supposed to be, you're gonna mess up the signal and mess up the connection. Just like if a storm comes through and blows a cell phone antenna down, if it blows a radio antenna down, the reception is not going to be good. So this fake hair is a lot of the reason why Black females have done so much to destroy their own community and have the 30 to 50 million Child delusion.
That is a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic. We're gonna have to do a show talking about women in weave and the history of weave. We're gonna have to get off into that. But I do know what you mean when you say the hair is like spiritual antennas. But shout out to Monique in the comment section. She said, I love playing dress up. It's all a part of being a woman. And that's true. Like, when it comes to how women wear their hair, I just think that's just another distraction that men have when it comes to the woman. And that's another thing. I don't know how I could stroll back. But when that brother in the comment section, the Lounge podcast, when he ended up saying what started the gender separation, I think when it comes to a lot of the gender war and gender separation, it's just really happening in the Black community. And another weapon that men use to weaponize against his own woman is how she wear her hair. I just think that small things that's too focused on. You're talking about a woman's hair. Like,
we didn't do that. We didn't do that. We didn't put blue, red, orange. Stop blaming the men. We didn't weaponize it. That stuff comes from China.
Well, you guys don't weaponize how women wear their hair and their makeup. I hear a lot of men always talking about women hair and women makeup.
Right, because we are supposed to. Men are the men. God said man is the head. Now, did God lie? I don't think so. God made us the leaders.
He didn't lie, but he didn't say the head should closely examine and monitor a woman's hair.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Hold on. Yes, he did. There's a story in the Bible called Samson and Delilah. Samson was the strongest man on planet Earth, which means he had to be a Black man. And nobody could whip him until what happened? Until somebody cut his hair, messed with his hair and cut his hair off. Hair is spiritual. Everything God gave us is spiritual. It has a spiritual meaning.
In the ancient days, men wore wigs. When they were up there, like, you know, Abraham Lincoln and all them, when they used to have all of the meetings, all they used to wear wigs.
Right.
Wigs were part of history.
Sister, white men, not the brothers. Brothers don't get down like that. That's not our get down. And then you had a sister that says in the comment section, I love playing dress ups. It's part of being a woman.
Yeah, okay. It is. The switch up.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Dress ups is a game that little girls play. So the Bible, God said in the Bible, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I acted as a child. But when I became an adult, a man and a woman, I put those childish things away.
That's true, but at the same time, I think me personally, and I'm speaking from a woman who has dated men, and the majority, and I'm gonna say the majority of all the guys that I have dated, they like it when I switch my hair up. I mean, did you hear in that song when Megan was like, I switch my wig, make him feel like he cheating? Like, you can switch it up and look different. You're not walking around with the same hairstyle for 10, 20 years. I just think it just depends on that man.
Okay.
Because some men actually like their, I'm just being honest. Because I know
I'm a man. I know what you're saying. Now let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Let me finish this. My sister was actually married to a man, and my sister got big, like thick, beautiful natural hair. She was married to a man that did not like that natural hair look. So let's not be facetious and say all men want that natural women, because that's not true.
Let me settle that for you. Were y'all dating a man or were y'all dating a male?
I mean, whether he likes his woman to have her hair in a certain way.
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. I asked you a question. Were you dating?
I really don't know. I just know how he was.
Thank you. You made my point for me. You have to. The problem with Black females, y'all have never been taught the difference between a man and a male. You're talking about what a grown little boy.
Yeah.
You're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
what
We just
a
have to
grown
probably
little boy
agree to
like.
disagree on that one. But
Huh?
Monique
What?
in the comment section, she said, but what does that have to do with men and women's relationships? What does hair have to do with it? I don't know. I
Okay,
just
let
know
me
in the
answer.
red
Let
pill
me
sector,
answer.
yeah,
Let me
hold on,
answer.
hold on. In the black red pill sector, a woman's hair and makeup is such a big decision. I mean, it's such a big topic in the red pill black man sector. And I just feel like the hair and weave conversation amongst the black red pill manosphere is a big distraction.
Can you let me answer?
Distraction.
Can you let me answer the
And
question?
that's just how I feel. We just gonna have to
Can
agree
you
to disagree on that one.
Can you let me answer the question?
Go ahead.
Okay. What does hair have to do with it? Get your pen and paper out and write this down. How you do anything is how you.
Link, can you get in? I'm gonna drop the link. And you said, go ahead, Elijah.
Okay. Get your pen and paper out and write this down.
I got it right here.
How you do anything is how you do everything. If somebody is fake in one area of their life, it bleeds into all other areas and aspects of their life. If you're wearing some fake hair, you're gonna wind up eating some fake food.
It's
and 90%, this is why 90% of our women are overweight. You're gonna end up attracting a fake mate. See, hair, our black, here's why the problem is a problem. Our females have what Pink Book Lessons call the what do you call it? The Magic City costume on. They got. I listen
to Pink Book Lessons. I like her.
They got, our sisters got the fake hair, the fake eyelashes, the the big fake stomach, the fake breasts, the fake booty, and the fake fingernails. And then the first thing out their mouth is they need a real man. Okay, all that fake stuff on your body. What's another word for fake? It's called LIE. It's a lie. And the number one rule of relationships, right? To get your pen and paper out and write this down. This is why black relationships don't work and we have a 90% divorce rate. The number one rule of relationships is you attract who you are. So guess what? If you got all that fake stuff on your body, if you got all that fake stuff on your body and you got lies on your body, that's not your real hair. That's a lie. If it's a lie, you're gonna attract what? A truthful man? No, you're gonna attract a liar.
And but there's natural women walking around that don't wear makeup that have attracted the same liars.
Say again.
There have been women who are natural who never wear weave that attract liars.
Well, they're okay. That's a good point. They're lying in another area of their life, or they don't have a father. No female can pick a mate. God did not put that in y'all. The only thing y'all can pick a mate with is a wet coochie. So y'all gonna mess up. Y'all gonna mess up. Yeah, you pick with a WAP. That's a great point. Yeah, see, females only have 3 categories to pick a mate for mate selection. Those 3 categories are cute, fine, and ugly. So God gave man, the father, no female, God didn't give a female nothing to pick a mate with. He gave that all to something that we call the father. And the father has been removed from the black community, destroyed. The black father is gone. The black man is gone. And so the problem, the reason the black community is messed up and black relationship is messed up is because the females are addicted to thugs. They pick thugs.
Or is it a big amount of thugs in the community? Now, which one do you think it is?
Say again.
I said, do you think they pick those thugs because a big amount of the men in our community are thugs.
Exactly. We're all products of our environment, and what made all the white government the way to destroy the black community and black family. They took the jobs and sent them overseas. All those factory jobs that brothers used to take care of our sisters with, they shipped them overseas and traded crack cocaine for those jobs. And what came with, guess what came with crack cocaine?
What?
This crap, I mean rap music. Kill your own people, kill your own people. I'ma screw all the hoes. I got more dope than you. I got more money than you. My car costs more than yours. My car costs
more than your house.
Right. Music is mind control, and we're being brainwashed through the crap, excuse my French, shitty ass rap music, self-destructing rap music. Rap music is teaching us and pounding in our head to kill each other, destroy each other.
The culture raises our generation. Just like, if whether people will admit it or not, the culture raises our generation.
Right. And we take our culture from the devil. Rap music, drugs, rap music, all this stuff that has destroyed our people and destroyed our community. And black females only want sex with thugs. And thugs, the problem with that is thugs hate God. They don't want children. And black females are giving children to thugs. Yep, they don't want marriage. Black females want marriage, but thugs will not marry them.
Mm-mm. Well, I have seen some hood thugged out people get married. I have seen it. I've seen it.
Sister, we have a 90% divorce rate. They didn't get married. They had a wedding. We don't know the difference between a damn marriage and a damn wedding. A wedding's just a party. Yeah. A marriage is
I'm just saying, on paper they got married. That's all I'm saying.
Right, and you're absolutely right. We use paper to wipe your butt. Paper doesn't make a marriage.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, in the comment section, she said, if you don't have rental jewelry, Molly, limited vocabulary, then you're not popular. That's true. You're not popular. And then I just feel like this. And I see this a lot on the internet. It could be just the example. I see people posting the Krishan and Blueface, that saga, never ending saga. So I see people down in the comment section and they're like, when are y'all gonna stop posting them? I can't wait until they go away and this and that. Y'all need to post some better stuff than this and all that. And then I see them posting, like for instance, there was a young brother, I think he was like 9 years old. He came up and invented a soap that cured skin cancer. And I remember sharing that. I think I probably got maybe 4, maybe 5 likes on it. And I was like, congratulations, brother. This brother 9 years old and invented something that in like awesome. But right. And I post something like that. I don't know if you remember, I did a video on it, the viral picture that went viral. It was 3 white men, 3 black women, and everybody made a big deal out of that. That picture went viral. So it's like the mindset, it's all in part of the mindset of the people. Do they actually want to see positive stuff? That's what I wonder. Because right. I've been doing this YouTube thing for I would say the past like 4 years or whatever, just off and on though. But yeah, I just feel like whenever I do post something positive or do a video about something positive, the views are just not there. So do people really want to see positive stuff? That's my question. Because I don't think they do. Because at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie.
You answered your own question. No, they don't, because we've been so materialized and sensationalized, and our senses have been so titillated that we don't want to feed on the positive. But since God has blessed you with wisdom and a voice, you have to keep beating your drum and keep building your tribe. You have to stay at it, and you'll get your numbers up. You can turn people around and your numbers will grow. You got to go ahead and keep putting your message out there. Now,
and I just have to talk about topics that relate to our community, you know, stuff that we can relate to and have a conversation about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it have to be a balance. Like, I can't always have. Oh, shout out to Peace Johnson. I am tired of hearing that. If we are puppets, right. Welcome to the chat too, Mr. and Miss Johnson. But I just feel like this. I want to actually have a balance. I want to be able to, of course, post the things that are trending. And just to be honest, most of the things trending is not positive. But I also want to be able to talk about positive things and people be just as engaged. I just feel like this. We can sit all day and talk about the Monahan report. We can sit all day and talk about the conditioning of the white man. We can sit all day and talk about all that. But what are we as people going to do about it? Are we just going to sit and continue to be brainwashed? Or are we going to try to get out of that mold in our head and try to recondition and reconstruct ourselves? Like, okay, for instance, I'm going to just use this for example. I don't know if you ever stayed in a house that had mold in it, but you can't just spray bleach in the walls and it go away. Sometimes you got to tear down that whole foundation and start all over and build a new house.
Exactly.
Like, when are we going to tear down that mind condition? Because it's up to you. You got to reconstruct.
Sister, hold on. You making a perfect point. Now, positive and negative. Okay.
Yeah, we got to take some accountability.
In God say in the Bible, what? In the beginning was what?
In the beginning, there was man.
No, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word took on flesh, dwelt amongst the people, and became a living soul. So what does that mean? It starts with a beautiful sister like you getting on here talking about it. Now, when people will say, "Oh, it's negative, it's negative, it's negative." Okay, let's deal with that. When a young man comes into the emergency room and he's got 6 or 7 bullets in him, you can't give him. They don't give him cookies, cake, and ice cream. They take a knife. They take knives and dig bullets out. It don't matter how loud he's screaming. It don't matter how painful it is.
But some of those bullets have to be left in because it could be traumatizing to that person if they take some of them out.
That's an exception to the rule. I'm not talking about exceptions. In most cases, I know
a lot of people that have been shot though, so I know that.
Okay. In most cases, 99% of the time, you have to get your knife out, dig in that person, and pull those bullets out. That's not cookies, cake, and ice cream. That's cutting into his body, getting tweezers, plucking those bullets out with his blood falling onto the floor. Another great example, childbirth. When you go into that delivery room, it's not they don't have no cookies, cake, and ice cream waiting on you.
Oh no, they got a cup of ice that you can chew on.
That female is busted wide open, and some of them are cut. You cut from the vagina to the anus with blood and boo-boo everywhere to get that baby onto the earth. So we have to go. The road to Easy Street leads through the sewer. You have to. The way to get to heaven, you have to go through hell. So we have to talk about the bad, the negative, the dirty, and the ugly part. There's no getting around it.
That's true. And let me read down this comment section. Okay, the Peace Johnson said, we have real life experiences that create our own position and feelings. I'm a female. Okay. And she said, is this a religious conversation? Let's see. Only problem I see is that people talk about just entertainment purposes. but not challenging accountability and change. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because when you look at the certain situations like the Monahan report, the Willie Lynch letter, all of that stuff, when you bring that up and you talk about all of the flaws amongst people in our community, we bring that up. Yeah. I feel like to get away from our own accountability, we have to start accepting accountability for what we do. And that's the
But see, what did God say? In the beginning was the what? The word. We're talking about it. See, the reason you and I are talking about it is because we are going to take action steps based on this knowledge. We're not gonna sit on YouTube all day and talk about it. We're gonna form a powerful group to make change and build. We're gonna build. We're gonna build. I'm a builder. I'm not a talker. I'm a builder. And see, back to the thug.
Building starts with a conversation.
Exactly. Yeah, but what is it called? It's called, and then the conversation turns into going to the architect and getting what? A blueprint.
That's right.
And then the architect give you a blueprint, and then you go to, from there, you do what? You hire a construction crew. Then after you hire the construction crew, they go to the supplier. Then after they leave the supplier, they take the truckload of supplies to the piece of land or the building, and then build. It's steps and levels to this thing. Yes, sir. We're builders.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. And the men are supposed to be the builders, and the women are.
We're not supposed to be. We are
supposed to be, because all of them are not.
No, ain't no supposed to be. It's in God. Put it in our nature.
Yeah, God put it in your nature. But how many people have strayed away from the nature that God gave them? You got to think about that. I mean, a lot of people can talk about what's supposed to be, what is supposed to be, what God instilled in us. A lot of people are not living that.
Right.
Good morning, Bougie Barbie. Good morning. And let me see. I feel down in the comment section, Miss Johnson said, I feel like people use the word to avoid the real conversation. And that's what I was just saying when it comes to us speaking about like stuff like the Willie Lynch letter and other things and statistics. Well, statistics is something that's good to use because it shows you the numbers of the people. Just like when I was speaking on, I don't know, are you subscribed to me, Elijah?
Hell yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know if you had ended up catching my show when I was speaking on the delusion that a lot of, podcasts have given to people. But there's a woman, I don't know if you heard of her, but her name is Ashira Star 7. She teaches women how to be gold diggers and how to get rich husbands and six-figure men. But these are some statistics that I looked up. Don't you know that only 10 to 12% of men actually make six figures? It's 34% of Americans. The higher end of that percentage of people who make six figures are women.
3 to 5% of Black men make over 100,000.
Thank you. So looking at that situation, she's on she got a whole podcast on YouTube talking about how a woman can do this and do that and get her a rich man. But looking at the numbers, those numbers are going to be slim to none of those women actually being able to get it, especially looking at the fact that women outnumber men.
Well, let's look at what God says. God says that the love of money is the root of all evil. She's the root of all evil. She's being evil. What a woman needs to look for is the character of the man. Character.
Why do these men have flawed character?
Huh?
Let me tell you this. A man holds his power. What holds the power that a man has over a woman is the fact that she holds on to what she feels like that man can be, not what he actually is. There's a big false perception that women have about what a man actually is, what she's actually gonna get out of the relationship.
What you're saying what you're saying is 100% right facts, because a female is, black females are they're into their fantasy.
They fantasy.
We
a lot of them watch Disney growing up. We watched princesses and we watched women get kissed, and when a man finding a shoe and letting every woman try the shoe on, and she lived happily ever after.
Sister, it's called Cinderella. Y'all got a Cinderella mind. And this is what I said earlier. No female can, God didn't give a female any tools or knowledge base or skill set to pick a man by. That's why the father has to do it. That's why when we had the 80% marriage rate, we used to have this thing called courtship. And the reason we were extremely successful with our marriages and our relationship, it went like this. When a young girl, the mother and father would tell a young girl, if a young man call himself being interested in you,
he needs to come meet the people. He needs to
come have him to call me, and I will set up a meeting. And as men, we have a checklist. We have two things, a checklist and a bullshit detector that females do not have. And that young man comes and faces that father. And we as a father look him up and down and say, now boy, what the hell do you want with my daughter? Mm-hmm. Do you want a wife? You can only want one or two things. You can only want a wife that you're gonna honor and elevate, mm-hmm. or you want a piece of ass.
Mm-hmm. I just want to kick it. I just want to kick.
Well, I just want to kick your ass is what the father would say and do. And run that damn fool off. He'll run him off and say, and he'll tell him, if I catch you around my daughter, I'm gonna beat your ass. And daughter, if I catch you around him, I'm gonna disown you. Don't come here no more. A father used to. That
was the father's job, but a lot of fathers are not in the house. I wanna ask this before I get off, because I gotta get dressed for work and get out of here in about an hour. But let me say this before I get off here, or at least ask you this, because you're a man. Why is it that nowadays, okay, keep in mind, before I say this, keep in mind, I was born in 81, adolescence through the 90s. I never heard so many men get up and say, I ask a woman what she brings to the table. Where did all that men asking women what they bring to the table, where did all of that come from? Because back in the days when that man went in the house to meet that girl father, that father wasn't sitting down telling that man, my daughter bring this to the table, she bring that to the table. Where did that come up? That mindset come up at? What does the woman bring to the table?
You ready for the answer?
I'm ready.
TLC.
I don't want no scrubs.
See, you already knew the answer. A scrub is a guy. A scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine.
And I hear everybody sing along to
it. Also known as a buster, always talking about what he wants and just sits on his black ass.
Yeah, because a lot of
no scrub. Scrub is a guy can't get no love from me. But it actually, and black females are so they've been made so fake, because they say they don't want no scrub, but that's the only thing they lay down with and have babies by is these scrubs. But
the scrubs be the baby daddies.
Thank you. That's what I just said. They contradict themselves, and they such hypocrites. That's all they want is a scrub, because a good man, they call good men geek, square, nerds, lames, bus drivers. But it came from the Moynihan Report and the feminist movement that took all the resources in the black community. It took the black man, the what do you call it? Social engineering of the government, took the black men's jobs that he used to take care of his household, shipped them overseas, and turned black females into a bunch of men. They used to be housewives. Now black females are a bunch of men with the jobs and the cars. There's a book out called Bible, and there's a dude in it named God that said man is supposed to have power and dominion. Man is supposed to have the jobs, the cars, the houses. But the devil in the Willie Lynch letter said reverse their nature, turn the black male into a female, turn the black female into a male, and that's what's happened. And that's why brothers are checking for resources, because our resources have been stolen from us. We're not allowed to make money anymore.
And this is just being honest. I see exactly what you're saying about them reversing the roles, but you gotta go this goes all the way back to all these role mixings. This go all the way back to when I was saying around the civil rights movement. Let's see, the baby booming era. When all of those men had to go off and fight the wars, you know, a lot of those men didn't make it back. You know, that left a lot of women right there being widows and single mothers.
That was hold on.
Let me say this. Because a lot of those women who men went out to fight, the ones who did make it back with their lives, a lot of them came back, their minds were never the same. So
they had PTSD.
They had to step up, or their household would have went down. So those women were put in the position to have to step up, or their household would have crashed.
Again, that's one of the lies that y'all white men fed y'all, and y'all grandmas came up with these stories. I mean,
story. Those men
can I finish? You won't let me finish. You won't let me finish. You won't let me give you the facts on it. Now, look up the word propaganda, and it's the propaganda white men fed y'all to destroy y'all black family. Oh, y'all men don't want you no more. Oh, y'all men went to the war and didn't come back, and the ones that came back crazy. Those are all lies. The Vietnam War was a 10-year war, and to lie and say that the war did it is a big lie, because what really happened, I told you 2 or 3 times, the large corporations in America. Okay, go back to the Kerner Commission report. Get the Kerner Commission report. This government document will tell you what I'm getting ready to tell you. In 1968, 30 or 40 cities had race riots. They did a study called the Kerner Commission report, and they found Rosewood was 100 years before then. But in those riots in 1968, they studied to find out why did black people tear up the cities? Why did they riot? And they came up, the data gave them one of the causes of the riot was that black men were well-financed, wealthy, and had money. So big business in the United States decided, we're gonna take away the jobs of black men and ship them overseas to Hong Kong, Singapore. Look at the stuff in your house. That stuff used to be made here in factories, but now go grab a hair dryer. Look at the bottom, made in China. Go grab some clothes, made in Singapore. Go grab a toaster, made in Korea. Those are jobs taken, and jobs and money taken away from black men to take care of their women. And it's a big lie to say, don't buy the lie of how the war took our black men away, white women took our women away. All that is a bunch of lies. 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. Get that Kerner Commission report, and they will tell you what I'm telling you.
They say they want to see, we want to do a part 2 on this. I really want to do a part 2 because we cannot cover all of this in one show. Hold on, let me read this, and I'm gonna have to sign on out. We're gonna have to do a part 2, Elijah. You're gonna have to hit me up on Instagram. Most definitely.
You ain't got no email?
Yeah, I got email.
Shoot it. Give it to me.
Yes, ma'am. 44 years worth of experience. I would discredit. I want to discredit the man. And okay, so what is the truth? The victims of war mostly approximately. Yeah, because you got to think. Well, because Bougie Barbie said it. Let's see, the physical war didn't last long, related on paper. Yeah, but such a massive amount of people went out to that war too. A big, massive amount of people went out to the war, and they had families. Johnson Faye.
No, it wasn't a massive. It was not a massive amount.
Why do people always, whenever they talk about the problems in our community, they always got to bring up the Black woman? Let's start coming up with some solutions, because you got to think. And for those who probably didn't see the beginning, let me see if I can find it when he was talking. Hold on.
What's your email?
Okay, it's About Change, ABOUT change. The number's 34 at gmail.com. Okay. What's going on? I can't video chat. Yep. Okay. ABOUT change CHANG 34 at gmail.com. Okay, yeah. Send it to my email, and then we'll have each other email. And most definitely, dang, I think I deleted it. Oh no, I think I probably it was a situation about what we was just talking about what Dr. Umar said, because I don't think everybody that's in the comment section right now heard what he said. So I'm gonna play that right quick, and I gotta go on and get ready for work. I already jumped in the shower, so I just gotta put my clothes on. Let me play this right quick, because I want them.
Okay.
I want them to hear this. Let's see. Okay, so Monique said he can speak for the male point, but in the end, we are the women every day. Thank you. Let's see. We're going to do a part 2. Let's settle this. Yes, Monique, and I'm going to share the link when I do the part 2, because I want you to join. I don't know what your schedule is like this week, but I'm off. Oh, tomorrow, you guys most definitely want to make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell on, because I have an interview tomorrow, and it's basically a part 2 of an interview I did a couple of weeks back. You all don't want to miss this interview. I swear to you, you don't want to miss this interview. I'm spilling tea. I'm going to post the link to this interview. The interview is going to be tomorrow. 3 o'clock Central Time, and the interview is going to be 1 o'clock West Coast time. Yes, let me make sure I go ahead and share this link, because you guys can click on that link. So make sure you have the link, because yes, y'all. Oh, you don't want to miss this. Let me see. I'm thinking that's the link right there. That's the one. Okay, so that's the link to the interview that I'm doing tomorrow. But before I sign out, okay, let's see. Wasn't a Black man named Frank Lucas was responsible for bringing drugs? Oh, thank you. Frank Lucas was the man responsible for flooding our community with the drugs. And then this another thing too, House of Urban Podcast. Wasn't it a Black man that originally sold our people back in Africa to the white man and put us into slavery? Oh my God. A part 2 is coming very soon.
Y'all Black females gotta learn to
No.
speaking
That's
against
not
a Black man.
Elijah. That's not a female that said that.
That's not a statistic. That's not a statistic. That's propaganda.
That's not a statistic. That's a fact.
No, that's not a fact.
Black men that flooded our community with drugs.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
Can I
That was a
finish? You don't let me
man.
answer. You're not letting me answer. The San Francisco Chronicle in the 80s made the connection between the government and its plans of black family destruction through drugs and made the connection between that and the cocaine fields in Colombia. I've been to Colombia several times. And we black men, Frank Lucas didn't own a ship to import cocaine. Okay.
He didn't have to own the ship.
He does have to own a ship. You got to get the poppy, you got to get the raw materials of cocaine into the United States. And he doesn't, Frank Lucas didn't have border patrol to pass the cocaine through. So
when the cocaine got here, he flooded the street with it. He didn't have to do that.
That's a movie. That's something that they put in a movie, and then y'all go for it. There's Kiki Camarena, and a whole list of Colombians that participated in that. It wasn't no. They always want to look up the word scapegoat.
That's a whole other story. We could go on and out.
No, it's related directly.
But Elijah, you gotta be honest. It was a lot of black men.
All I've been is honest.
Drug trade in our communities. Let's be honest.
Say that
there
again.
Was a lot of black men involved in head over the drug trade that went on in the 80s when our communities got flooded with crack in the 80s. Even before the heroin, other drugs. There was a lot of black men.
All right, let me answer that. Let me answer that. You are absolutely 100% right. It was a lot of black men. I mean, not men, but a lot of black males on the penny and nickel side of it. But the shiploads, black men do not own ships to transport 100 tons into America. Now, brothers, some brothers had.
I was with no part in the drug trade.
I didn't say that. I never said that. Somebody's putting words in my mouth. Don't do that.
Honchos of the drug game. Listen, come on now.
No, it wasn't. It takes a gut to flood the black community from New York to Los Angeles. You think a nickel and dime street corner brother can pull that off? Y'all got to wake up.
He was no nickel and dime brother.
Yes, he was. He was a small time. Look up the word scapegoat. It's a scapegoat. He's a scapegoat. He's a fall guy. Just like they
fall guy.
How do you know? You hadn't done the research on this.
If he was a fall guy, why did he have so many connections? Why was he able to snitch on such higher big people? If he was in the position,
thank you for making my point for me. He snitched on higher people.
Yeah, that shows that he had a lot of power.
That means he was low down on the totem pole.
He had so much power. Let me show this before
he didn't have no power.
We have to do a part 2. I'm off Wednesday. I don't know what you're doing, but I would love to have you back on the show. Make sure you email me.
I'm gonna stay on your show.
Make sure you email me, and make sure
I'm getting ready to email you right now. I'm gonna email you right now.
Tomorrow, when I end this video, down in the comment section, I'm gonna drop a link for the interview that I'm doing tomorrow. You guys don't want to miss this interview. It's gonna be juicy tea. Oh, if you guys watch my Taisha Monet Exposed to Motorcycle Club, you guys watch that because it's in connection of that interview dealing with Taisha. I'm going to play this and let you guys listen to what Dr. Umar had to say, and then I'm going to sign out.
Domestic violence.
Oh, and thank you for coming on too, Elijah. Appreciate that.
The disappointments that men had in their life, and also raising those kids and having to take care of herself all at the same time. The Black woman has been the be all in all in our community for half of a century. And now we want to turn around and say because she didn't do it perfectly enough or remain feminine enough when she had to absorb our responsibilities plus her own, that's insensitive and disingenuous. And I'm telling you, Black men are responsible for her being masculine because we have not helped her raise them children.
I am
and
not.
when I say help them raise them children, I don't mean you as the stepdad.
No, yeah,
I mean you as an active member in the community.
Let me
She got masculine because she.
You all check out Dr. Umar on Instagram. I want to be able to get a hold of this podcast because I like to hear, like when it comes to these little small snippets that go viral, you know, that's one thing. But hearing the whole entire conversation is a whole nother thing. I want to hear that whole podcast. I got to find out where those brothers are. But most definitely, we are doing a part 2. Let's see, brother. Now got a woman asking the famous question: "Who hurt you?" Somebody said, "Who hurt you, Elijah? Who hurt you?" That's a whole nother story.
They directing that to me.
I think so.
She said that to me. Well, let me tell her. There's nothing more hurt than the single Black female that she is.
No, she ain't no single Black female. She got a whole husband. I know her. She's out here in Vegas.
Okay.
Well, he's a good man.
No,
he's gonna have to have a part 2 of this.
He's not.
Hold on. This is
not. He's not
the man responsible for the masculine woman. We gonna do a part 2.
He's not a good man if he's got her out here talking reckless to other men.
No, she got a good man. I can vouch for that. I've met her husband and I know her.
What's the word man? What does the word man mean?
She got a good husband.
No, that's not what you're avoiding the question. What does the word man mean?
Avoiding the question. She got a good husband.
What does the word man mean?
A man that provides and protects.
Nope. A prison warden, a pimp can provide and protect. That's not the meaning of man.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have a show about that. Look, you guys, when I sign off, come back and check the comment section because I'm gonna have the link for my interview that's gonna be tomorrow, 1 o'clock West Coast time, 3 o'clock Central. So if you're down south in Central time, it's gonna be 3. I think if you're West Coast time, it's gonna be 4 o'clock. Most definitely thank all of you guys out there in the comment section. Thank you so much, Elijah. Thank you so much for coming up here. And we're definitely doing a part 2. And anybody else that want to come up, most definitely, I'll drop that link if y'all want to get up on the stream and talk when we do that part 2. And it'll probably be Wednesday afternoon, probably 4 or 5 o'clock or something. So thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll most definitely be back with another one tomorrow. Stay tuned for that interview. This is an interview you do not want to miss. And I am signing out. Katie Talk 101. Peace.